Hi, I'm a spinning instructor and a publicist. My name is Michelle Tennant Nicholson, and I'm on with Matt Frazier, who's also a celebrity blogger known as the No Meat Athlete. And he's actually with me here today because I've been volunteering some time with the Leela Patterson Fitness Center. They've got Henderson County's first ever triathlon coming up August 19th, and we're really inspiring the Henderson County area, which is in western North Carolina, right outside of Asheville, North Carolina, to really get fit. And so I noticed that Matt had just moved to Asheville, North Carolina, and I wanted to interview him about what are some of the things that we need to consider when you're thinking about doing your first triathlon. Hi, Matt.
Hi, how are you, Michelle?
Really great. Listen, I've been a fan for a very long time. I love your blog. Your blog, I know, is read by people all over the world. I was especially interested in the breathing techniques that has kind of lit up the blogosphere this week. You know, your latest blog entry was about how to really breathe correctly while running, and as a spinning instructor, it's something that I was really interested in knowing about. So where can people check out your blog if they're interested in you? Let's just let them know that right away.
Sure. The URL is nomeatathlete.com. No hyphens or anything. You can just Google No Meat Athlete and you'll find it that way.
So you can even look online while we're talking with Matt in this interview about how to prepare for your first try. Now, Matt, why did you move to Asheville? Just curious.
We moved here actually for the vegetarian vegan scene. We realized we had some freedom with the internet job and everything, and figured this was a great place for food and running and people. So we just did it.
Oh, it's really great, you know, and at Leela Patterson Fitness Center, it's a huge community of vegetarians, so we'll have to have you come out and visit the center in July. In fact, people just have to bring their church bulletins, actually, like their Sunday church bulletins, and they get a free day pass just to actually support the community in preparing for the triathlon in July. But I still hear a lot of people on the fence about, oh, I'm not really a runner, I don't know if I can bike, maybe I just swim, or maybe I'm just completely out of shape. Why do you think it's okay to do an event, or why would you encourage someone to consider doing an event like this?
Well, I mean, that's how you grow, by doing something you haven't done before and that you think is a stretch for you. But I mean, it's a sprint triathlon, so if you just run a 5K, then it's a great opportunity to try the other two events. It's not like it's an Ironman or something where you're out there for 15 hours. And I mean, it just does so much for your health and your confidence. So, you know, it's a great thing to do over the summer. So I would highly recommend anybody try it. Give it a try.
And what are some good questions to ask yourself about whether you're really ready to run a 5K?
To run a 5K or this distance triathlon, I mean, I would ask yourself, first of all, how long have you been doing it? You probably want to have been doing it for a few months. You don't want to just pick it up and do a race a month later. But
Oh, all of a sudden we froze, Matt, and then he came. Matt, you just froze for just a second. Can you repeat what you just said? Because you just froze for a second. Just go ahead and tell us again what you were saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you've done even like half the distance of some of these, like if you've done a 1.5 or 2 mile run, and you've done a 10-mile bike ride, and you can do half of whatever the swim distance is, to me, that's totally reasonable, or even slightly less than that. And ask yourself if you're dedicated and committed, and if this is something you want to do. And if it is, then go for it.
And then why the vegetarian aspect of being an athlete? Like, why would one, what are the benefits of being a vegetarian and increasing your performance? What about that?
Well, I mean, first of all, you have to get over the idea that you can't be an athlete and a vegetarian. A lot of people are hung up on that just because of what we've been raised listening to. But many of the best endurance athletes in the world choose to be vegan because that's the diet that maximizes performance for them. So, I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt you. You have to be smart about it. But if it's something that you have any ethical reason to do, or simply for long-term health, energy benefits, recovery benefits, you can get back out there faster. In my experience, injuries have gone down since I went vegetarian and then vegan. And so many benefits, so many reasons to just give it a try if you have any information.
That's really great, and I know that there are a lot of people at Leela Patterson who are interested in that. One of the things that's happening is there's an open house coming up soon in July for people who want to look at the pool area or the run and that kind of thing. And then, Matt, one other thing is if someone actually is like, okay, I've never done a triathlon before, but I've run here and there a little bit, I've biked a little bit, swim. You know, there are clinics that are coming up. You think that someone could get ready in, you know, it's July, you know, by the end of August 19th. We've got about, you know, 4 to 5 weeks left of training, and we've got some clinics to support them. You think it's possible to get ready for the triathlon?
I mean, if you're in decent shape and you've done those other sports a little tiny bit, then yeah, I would think you could do that. Depending on a lot of factors, obviously. But if you've never done any of the sports, you know, then it might be a little kind of a little bit close. But any experience at all, I think you can make it work.
And I think baby steps, because I was talking to the event coordinator, Daphne, and one of the things that she was suggesting is like getting teams. She said, team, you know, lots of people are doing events with teams, right? So I know, like Matt, you're a runner, right? So you, like someone who's like, oh, I'm really a great runner, might team up with a biker or someone who's a swimmer, you know. So it's really can be a family affair too. If you can think of like, you know, members of your own family or your friends, and then just get out there and just have fun with it. And this is the first one. You know, it's great. I remember I did the Cincinnati had a marathon, and did the first marathon ever in Cincinnati. It was called the Flying Pig, and I still remember, like, it's just great to be part of an inaugural event, you know. Well, I want to thank you a lot for your time spent with us today. We'll definitely check you out at nomeatathlete.com, and we'll have you back from time to time to give us your perspective on endurance, performance, you know, being a vegetarian and how that impacts, you know, what you're doing with your running and so forth. And everyone really, you know, check his blog out. I've been reading it for a while, and really good information, really fresh. So you take care. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you, Michelle.